What's going on YouTube? It's Kung Fu Chai here, and today we're playing Warhammer Horus Heresy Legions. Fucking hell, I got that like just there. And we're playing a Night Lord's Astartes deck. Excuse me. Basically, fuck ton of Astartes all in a deck, and just making the most out of terror and rally and just bunch of shit like that just to hit face, and hit face hard. Eh, that's annoying. Is that his ability that he gives? It's gonna be a fucking pain in the arse to get rid of, I can tell, man. I believe I'm being undone by a fucking human shield. This isn't a good start. This is not a good start at all. Grimzilla 333. Cool name. What's that? Add a taint of chaos. Hopefully, if he doesn't kill my Rad Urzon squad. Crap, no, he killed my Rad Urzon squad. That's not ideal. This is definitely not a good start, the fact that I'm getting fucked over by bloody human shields. Human shields, and who's this guy who's playing? Artellus Numion. I'm gonna have to bear that combo in mind because that's fucking annoying. Oh shit, oh, almost played the wrong one. 2 damage stun. Hit him with that. Let's hit his face. Well, that's that dealt with now. That was fucking annoying. Prick. Is this dude just playing a load of fucking... What the gold? Frontline cards. Is that frontline and regeneration? I want to call it. Survivor is a fucking annoying ability. Okay, cool. I got some dudes. Fuck, these dudes get bigger. That's not ideal. He's got big dudes. If he's smart, he'd get rid of my headhunter. Is that called huntsman? Headsman. Or we could just do that, that works, yeah, cool. Is that me or is that the enemy? That's opponent, that's not helpful. Yeah, it's kind of like the opposite of how I want a game to go, really. And by that I mean it's going fucking terribly. How much damage is that? 3 damage. Oof. Make him go a little baba. It's looking a bit better now. Got some dudes in stealth that I can start hitting with next turn. Horse. Starting to make him run out of cards his hand at least, which is good. Because if I can still beat him on card advantage, doesn't really matter how strong they are, because my shit's got terror, so I shouldn't be taking too much damage on attack. You can hit stealth enemies with that. I didn't know that. Okay then. I've got one in flank. Got one in hand with flank, so hopefully I can deal with something large that he plays. And then try and get my Urkulurn veterans out when he has no people. Ooh, Huntsmaster. Huntsmaster's fun. Two cards in hand. I've got one. None of my guys have terror. The Huntmaster has, but Huntmaster's in hand, so it's not going to do me much good there. Fucking draw card. That's not ideal. I want to be beating opponent stuff out on trades, which didn't go down too well with the fucking human shield and survivor at the beginning. Then once we've like beat them out on trades, can start just hitting. Fuck off. No, just no. You fucking dying. I'm not dealing with your shit. You're getting punched in the face. You're getting punched in the face. Now I have up to 12 damage on board. Both of my stuff have terror, which helps on attacking. Excuse me. If I just go face next turn, I could wipe out his health and drop him down to his survivor health. No, what, fuck it, just keep hitting face. So he's going to have to either deal with that directly or play something with frontline, otherwise he can get in because he has stealth. He's just there doing a fucking John Cena like, do 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 do, you can't see me. I don't know, I never watched wrestling, I just know it was a fucking meme. Me, yes. Give that survivor all you fucking want. Because come my turn, you're dead. What do I get? Ooh, adjacent units have +1/+0. It's fucking finishing him myself. And that is the fucking game. Fucking game. That's how the... Yeah, woo, win. that's how the deck works. Let's have a look at it next. Alright, let's have a little flick through the deck, shall we? Start off with, we have Servitor as the Warlord. +1/+0 when your opponent has no troops, so it means you keep getting nice and aggressive in the face, hitting terror as much as possible. Your opponent doesn't have stuff out on the field, so your Warlord gets a little bit stronger so you can start hitting. The give -2/-0 to an enemy troop. Honestly, I can't say I actually used that once, I don't think, but it is there as an option if you want to. Actually, no, I've used that once, I can remember, because I used it on, I can't remember what it was some vehicle or something. I dropped the attack down and then I had a big astartes with terror that I'd buffed up, so he could just like hit him and just one hit. And this was like a big powerful dude that opponent had played, and this was just a bunch of little astartes that I had on field. So yeah, Servitor is quite fun. Next up we have Escape Vent. Gives our infantry or started troops stealth. Stealth and terror is a very fun combo because it means that they get to sit out nice and protect. Your opponent can't hit them, then it comes your turn and you can hit them, and when you hit them with terror, you don't take damage if your attack is higher than their attack. So if you get something out and you just want to keep it safe that one turns, then you can start hitting, Escape Vents is pretty good for that. Then next up we have Thandimal Squad. I like it. Very aggressively started, and it's got terror for 1 energy. Can't complain. 1 Tigress Exitus. Gives stealth +1/+0 to friendly infantry or starters. Like Escape Vent, pretty much same shit, but you give that +1/+0 as well. So if, like I said, you want to buff your terror stuff, then your terror things can hit opponent stuff and take no damage in retaliations, then you can start winning the trades and making them very unfavourable for your opponent to do. Next up we have 2 Conjurer squads with Flank and Terror. Flank and Terror is very fun because your opponent can't predict it, obviously, because it comes out of nowhere. Flank, you can hit your opponent's stuff, and Terror, it's just like I said, Terror's good. It's very aggressive, and Flank and Terror is just a very good, very aggressive combo, and for a 3-cost card, stats are alright. Like I said, they're more favoured towards the aggressive side, because you've got those abilities as well, but it's fun. Then I have a single, I'm just going to butcher this one, Nostraman Chainglaive. +2/+0, cleave 2 to a friendly troop. So you chuck that on dude with terror, his attack gets bigger, he can start hitting bigger stuff with terror now and like one hitting it, and also he's got cleave, so he's starting doing that little bit of incidental chip damage to anyone that just happens to be stood near him, so that's pretty fun. Only running one of them though, because I've had it before where it's like, yeah, I do loads of like buffing stuff in like previous sort of build for this deck that I've had, and like I'd draw it with like escape vent, radders on, and some guy who had like 5-cost energy. It's like, I can't play fuck all here, this isn't good. So stuff like this we'd limit as much as possible just because it's good, but you don't want to get it where you bog down with your hand. You want to be able to keep playing shit out and being aggressive. Next up we have 2 Tyridal squads. Unstoppable, that's good, gets you around your opponent's front line. Rally, if your opponent has no troops, fast. Unstoppable and fast doesn't particularly... Sorry, the rally ability and unstoppable don't particularly work together, but if one doesn't help, the other will, because you can play it out, your opponent's got troops, no worries, next turn you can get around your opponent's front line. If your opponent doesn't have troops, fuck it, you can just hit whatever you want. The unstoppable doesn't really count for anything, but yeah, it's just another aggressive astartes. Then we have 2 Your Colon veterans. If opponent has no troops, 2 damage to enemy warlords, so this is like a payoff for you keeping being aggressive and hitting hard and hitting all your opponent's stuff down as much as possible, because then you can bring this out. It's got 4/2, so very aggressively started as well, and you've got that rally ability, so you can deal like 6 damage roughly with it before it goes out of play, which, you know, for a 3-cost card isn't a small chunk at all out of your opponent's life. Then we have 2 Urmar veterans. Terror which is what we like in this deck. We want to play around Terror as much as possible. And then we have adjacent units have +1/+0. So buff your other Terror units so you can start hitting stuff, not taking retaliation, and it's just working with the rest of your strategy for being very aggressive. 2 Night Raptors, Terror, Unstoppable, and Rally gain stealth till your next turn, so it protects itself until it can actually start hitting. It's unstoppable, so it can get around your opponent's front line, and it's got Terror, which, like I said, fucking just repeating myself at this point, but you get the gist. We have 2 Seeker Talons. Whilst your opponent has no troops, gain +3/+0. So if you've been aggressive all game and you've got your opponent with no stuff out, and you get to this, you play it, it just sits on the field for a turn. Next turn, you can have a 6/4 that just hits your opponent. And with it having 4 health, it's likely to hit and survive an attack, so you can always get in for another 3 damage next turn, perhaps. Or maybe even 6 if you're like playing it right. So yeah, pretty good. Then next up we have 2 Tenebor Talons. Unstoppable, Rally, if you have no other troops, gain fast. It's pretty good. If your opponent seems to be fucking you over a bit, you've got this as sort of like a get you back in the game comeback thing. And if, you know, you're not behind and your opponent has no stuff out, you play it out, it's got Unstoppable, so when it gets round to attacking on your next turn, you can still attack with it and hit face if you want to. Then we have a single Threk Terror Squad. 4 cost, 4 attack, and 3 health. Terror and flank, so same as that other, I think it was the Raders on that had the Terror and flank, it's just a bigger one. I'm going to play one of it though, because I wanted to keep this deck as aggressive as possible, which means lower costed cards, so you can just keep throwing them out at your opponent. But you want your bigger stuff with Terror as well, just to get them high end finishes where you can start hitting your opponent's bigger stuff without having to like trade 2 or 3 stuff into one of theirs. Because as soon as your opponent starts playing bigger stuff, your smaller stuff becomes very inefficient because your Terror's not hitting off, and your Terror's the main thing that's making them efficient. So you've just got weak, underpowered cards at that point. But then probably one of the 3 MVPs of the deck, Headsman. Terror, it's got big attack, so Terror is going to go off fairly often, and also you've got a rally ability of give -3/-0 to an enemy until your next turn, so you can throw him out on turn, use that rally ability to drop someone else's attack, someone else can get him with Terror attack, and that's boom. You're dealing damage to them, and you know, they can't retaliate. And even if not, he's got a big attack, so you can likely hit over your opponent's smaller stuff. A single support Talon, Rally, 2 damage to an enemy and stun it. More often than not, you can just use that to actually ping stuff, or get that little bit of extra damage you need to kill something that you couldn't get with a single attack. Then 2 Vibus Assault Talons, Unstoppable and flank. You can just hit whatever, pretty much, and your opponent can't see it coming. And then favourite cards out of the deck, 2 Huntmasters. Terror, which is good because it's got a nice attack of 6, which is pretty big. Unstoppable, so your opponent has any front lines, we don't care. And Rally, gain stealth till your next turn, so it protects itself until it starts being able to attack and get that advantage from the card. So yeah, that's the deck. I'm enjoying playing it so far. I've probably say I've won like 8 out of 10 games I've played with it roughly since I've like been tweaking and like settled on this final build. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys do too. So until next time, peace.